Good morning. Welcome into the show. Okay. I don't even have an opening today. Let's just start this thing. I didn't have an opening because my mind is melted at what I'm reading right now in the chat. Somebody said, I live in Quebec, or Quebec, depending on where you're from. A Canadian restaurant banned the word poutine because it resembles Putin. I do not understand the world that I am living in. That's what I have to say about that. Anyways, futures have really taken a pounding since earlier this morning. Basically 2.5 hours ago, everything was up about 1%, and now they're down. My favorite headline of the day, my absolute favorite headline, this might be my favorite headline of the year. Stocks rally. This is on Yahoo. This is on Yahoo News, not Yahoo Finance. Stocks rally because Biden called Putin a dictator. It's as easy as that to rally markets. It's incredible. I'm sure that's not what the article said, but the headline said it. And man, it was fantastic. It's just, oh, it's funny. Okay, let's see what we have here. So today begins the Federal Reserve's meeting of what they're going to do with interest rates, etc. So let's see here. If we all go to war, can we all live in Mexico together? Oh, boy. Fed rate hike. Odd slide on the market as tumbles ahead of Powell's testimony. So with inflation running so hot and the Fed behind the curve, so far behind the curve, I was sitting at lunch yesterday with Mikey, who runs Crossroads Group, and I was just like, I just don't understand. Like it blows my mind that back in 2020, when they started printing oodles of money, money that has never been printed before, their reasoning was, we have no other choice but to do this. Okay, that's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Then you don't like if you're going to fill the system, flood the system with that much money, you wouldn't have like a tentative exit plan. You're just going to throw the money into the market, increase inflation, dilute the currency, and then just have no exit plan in place. And that's exactly what they've done. With inflation running so hot and the Fed so far behind the curve, there's concern on Wall Street that policymakers may feel a little choice not only to plow ahead with the rapid tightening, but potentially step up the pace of interest rate hikes. So as we know, they are set to end the $120 billion a month stimulus to the market, mortgage-backed securities, and treasuries at the end of this month. So how many days are in March? 31 days in March, so 29 days from now. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. And of course, the interest rate hike. So something in this article, we'll get down to the points of it. Powell, his main message to Congress and Wall Street will be that the Fed will stay flexible. Of course they will. At the same time, markets push down the odds of a 50-point basis hike at the Fed's March 15th, March 16th meeting to 0. So they don't think it's going to happen. That was it was at 40% a week ago. So interesting. We'll see what's going to happen. I do think that if they even increase interest rates at this point, it's going to be 25 basis points. It won't be 50 basis points. It wasn't going to be 50 basis points in the first place. They're not going to do it. They're walking a tightrope right now. If they increase interest rates, the market's going to start to fall in their mind. If they don't increase interest rates, inflation is going to run more rampant than it already is. So, yeah, we'll see. Jobs number comes out on, what is it? Yep, jobs number comes out on Friday. A surge in labor force participation is, let's see. So I think they said 390,000 jobs. That's the report. Listen, Jerome Powell has basically said we're at maximum employment. And without hospitality and restaurants being back to what they were before, which a lot of people in the restaurant industry have said that it's not going to happen, I don't really see these insane jobs numbers going from to what they do. Okay, travel industry, the travel industry just can't catch a break. In the past, how long has this been going on? This pandemic, call it January of 2020. That's how long this has been going on for. So they just can't catch a break. Pandemic-weary travelers may face longer flights, higher ticket prices. The ticket prices are higher. I was looking at tickets yesterday. Battling sky-high oil prices, travel restrictions due to the Ukraine-Russia crisis. Airlines are bracing for potential lengthy blockages of key east-west flight corridors after the European Union, Canada, and Moscow issued reciprocal airspace bans this week. The United States has not ruled it out yet. So here's the deal. If you are flying to Asia, most of the flights run over Russia. Also, nonstop flights from New York to New Delhi, it goes right over Russia. Those flights will typically have to reroute, have a technical stop in somewhere like Istanbul or Dubai, which means a longer flight, more connections, more pilot hours, and likely higher prices for those flights. American Airlines has already said it will not use any Russian airspace for international flights. It's going to be quite interesting, and I will tell you what, these airlines just cannot catch a break. Plus, you have skyrocketing oil prices. It's just unbelievable. Okay, next. This is pretty sick. Russia's Sberbank, I don't know how to say that name, collapses 95% on London exchange exit. Look at this. Shares of Russia Sberbank. Please write the phonetic pronunciation of that if you know. Plunged 95% on London Stock Exchange on Wednesday and traded as low as a penny after the bank announced that it was pulling out of the European markets. Jeez. Look at this. The bank has lost 99.9% of its value since the start of the year. That's a rough 2022. You thought 2020 was bad. Man, 2022 is worse. Vladimir Putin signs a decree to prohibit leaving Russia with more than $10,000 in foreign currency. He does not want people to leave, and he doesn't want money taken out of his country. Putin said on Tuesday he signed a decree that prohibits taking more than $10,000 worth of foreign currency in cash or monetary instruments out of Russia. So, dictator. I'll tell you what. So, Okay. Does anybody read the news every single morning or night or whatever it is? If you do, say yes. Because there was zero news this morning. I'm going to have a story about the MLB, and then we're going to have like 20 minutes of questions because there was no news this morning. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I wish I knew how to take polls on the YouTube chat. I don't know how, though. Anyways, if I'm buying a home, I have a lot of friends that are just like the average person in 2000 in I don't know, average normal income, everything. I don't necessarily think that my friends go out and buy a home based on interest rate hikes going week to week. I mean, especially at how low the rates are right now, I just don't. Is this true? Weak mortgage demand could get a boost from the Ukraine crisis, causes interest rates to drop sharply. I just don't get it. Mortgage rates stalled last week. Of course, we talked about it because interest rates are going up. Now that yields are coming down because of all of this fear of what's happening overseas, well, overseas for us, interest rates are coming back down and people are going to do more purchasing of homes. I can understand refinancing because that's a much easier, but you're going to actually go and buy a home, and then I just don't get it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like totally off base and live in this weird world. I don't know, but somebody let me know. You are my news. Daily, Powell speaks at 10 a.m. today. Well, that will be cool. Can the moderators help with the survey? I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't even know if there's any moderators in here. Oh, there's Gianni. Billionaire Ray Dalio. Okay, shout out to Gianni. He's this is the love of his life here. Every time it's funny. I literally cannot look at the name Ray Dalio, who runs the biggest hedge fund in the entire world, without thinking of Gianni. So he just loves the guy. So he wrote a new book. His old book was really good. Dalio has two looming concerns about Ukraine and should worry about every investor. Listen to this. Ray Dalio said that he believes that the Russia invasion of Ukraine is a serious threat to the established post-war order that leaves him with two worrisome concerns. Number one, will this spread beyond the Ukraine to involve NATO? And number two, how will China respond? If there's anybody that's in tune with China, it's Ray Dalio. He's done business there since at least the early 80s. 83 is ringing a bell. He lived there. His kids live there. He's just immersed in the Chinese economic culture. So he is a credible person to listen to on this stuff. He loves posting on LinkedIn, which I can't anymore because I got banned from LinkedIn. But anyways, that's besides the point. You can go and look what he writes on LinkedIn. Dalio wrote, the economic sanctions Europe and the United States have imposed on Russia and its financial system will take a heavy toll on Russian economy at minimal cost to NATO countries. The sanction could even bring political change at the top to Russia. Here's the quote. The economic pain that the Russians feel will be so bad that it will be surprising if there wasn't any big internal opposition to Vladimir Putin, policies that could threaten or topple his regime. Yeah, so here's the caveat. I was trying to think of something else that I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Here's the caveat. A second unknown, and this is very interesting to me. China has been extremely quiet in all of this, which is very interesting to me. A second major unknown is the level of support that China gives for Russia to weather the sanctions. Quote, it would not have been logical for Putin to have taken the path that he took alone. And it is well known that China and Russia are very aligned in many ways, and that they can be very helpful in minimizing the effects of the sanctions. Dalio noted that the Chinese yuan-based payments could be a pathway for Russia to conduct international trade, for now that the Russian banks have shut out the global society for a world, the SWIFT system. So it's going to be very interesting to see if that's the case. I am excited I shouldn't say I'm excited. I want to know what China is doing. What's going on? What's going on with China? China's never quiet. They're never quiet in this kind of stuff, and they're just dead silent. Gold and stuff, classically, it pays to sell out debt and buy gold because wars are financed by borrowing and printing money, which devalues debt and money, and because there are justifiable reluctance to accept credit. So That's that. Putin is running out of cash. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. China banned from LinkedIn. That sounds like a story. Oh, it's a story, but I won't say it here. Maybe I'll say it next Saturday on. So the 12th of what month is this? March 12th. I'm going to be doing a bid and ask only Saturday live stream. I think it'll start at 9 or 9:30. I'll let you guys know, but maybe I'll tell the story there if somebody actually reminds me. Can you make a video on how you get banned from LinkedIn? It's actually not that exciting. I was just saying something that was true. It's just they didn't like it. So MLB cancels opening day after union rejects the final contract. So even in the escape from reality, which is, I guess, sports, not really anymore, but kind of. They couldn't end on an agreement. They've canceled the first 2 series of the year, canceled opening day. We're exhausted. We've exhausted every possibility of reaching an agreement. For those of you that don't know, the players' union and the owners are going back and forth, and they can't figure out an agreement, a union agreement between the two. It's all about pay. It's all about pace of play. It's all about all of this stuff. And basically, it ain't happening. Rob Manfred is the worst thing to happen to Major League Baseball since, I don't know. Getting rid of steroids. There you go. Because steroids should be in baseball, and because it's entertainment. Entertain me. Hit 500-foot home runs on the regular. Okay. Yields ticking down, of course. That's why we were talking about the mortgage rates. Charge Point, Snowflake. What else reports today? Turtle Beach reports today. Dollar Tree reports today. And tomorrow, tomorrow's actually a good day. Costco, Broadcom, Kroger, Best Buy reports tomorrow. Be careful with that one. And then Friday, what do we have? Hibbett Sports is the one that I know. Okay, so if you want to join us, software, by the way, more time for the Stanley Cup. I like it. More time for the Stanley Cup. I like it. I'm going to be day trading it just after 10 o'clock today. It's not going to be at 10 o'clock on the nose, but I will be day trading to the Bid and Ask Nation at just after 10 o'clock today because I don't want to be here when I trade because I have to stand here because I don't have a chair that's high enough. I'm building out the new studio, etc. So I don't want to stand for like 2-3 hours. So I will go to the office so I can sit down and then I will trade with you. 8 pillars, retirement calculator, stock analysis tool. You get all of these tools, plus you get the chat. Click join EM. Come on over here. $30 a month gets you access to all that. If you want to trade with me in the Bid and Ask Nation, you got to be in the Bid and Ask Nation. $80 a month gets you all the rules, get to see what I do, get the Employed Trader series. You get a lot of things for said price. Baseball is the worst thing to happen to baseball. Sad. I played baseball for many, 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 many years. But baseball is a great sport. But I will say, Major League Baseball is destroying itself from within. The new rules are terrible. You can't plow a catcher. Dumb. You can't take out a middle infielder breaking up a double play. Dumb. You just tell the person to go to first base on an intentional walk. Dumb. Pitch timer between innings. Dumb. Changing baseballs. Dumb. What else is there? Having a DH. Dumb. I could just go on and on and on about how dumb the Major League Baseball is, and all of this they've tried to speed up the game over the. I think the average game has come down like 9 minutes. So what are you doing? Oh, you can't bring a pitcher in for just one pitch. They have to throw to a batter completely. Dumb. It just goes on and on. Next, let's do some stocks. Send me some tickers. We will go through them. Go Astros. You guys are a bunch of cheaters. That's what you are. Oh, also, that's another thing. Don't let Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame. Don't let Barry Bonds into the Hall of Fame. Don't let Roger Clemens into the Hall of Fame. It's proven that the Astros cheated. Proven. And there's no repercussions at all. Sick. Cool. FCX. Major League Baseball has just become an absolute joke. Rob Manfred is just the worst. I wish I could go with my uncensored feelings. All right. Facebook. Freeport McMoran. Great looking trend right here. Little bit of a flag. Hold on. Before I say it's a flagpole, let me just pull this up. Yeah. So it's not really a flagpole, but yeah, today it's going to be. Take your profits up here, especially because you had that pullback yesterday on the wick. Take your profits up here. Let it do a little bit of this, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, whatever day it is, and get a little W formation going on in there, and then you'll be good to go. This is a good-looking stock. You're looking good over here. Exact same thing over here. Exact same thing over here. Simon's in the UK, and he just goes, what's he talking about? Simon, I love it. Best Buy. So Best Buy reports, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, Best Buy reports. So for those of you that are not in Best Buy, or those of you that are in Best Buy, I should say, be careful. They're going to report tomorrow morning. So here's my opinion. Tonight, as the market's closing, if you're in this, or if you're in this swing trade right here, I would exit my position, take it down to a tracker share, see what happens tomorrow. This could very well jump up here. This could very well jump down here. You don't know. You don't know. That's why I don't like being in there for earnings. I'll show you from yesterday. This is the reason, guys. Earnings don't really mean anything. It's more the forward guidance anymore. So yesterday on earnings, Target missed on revenue, and the stock price went up 15+%. It's just a total crapshoot. I don't like it. So let's go back to Best Buy and see. Let's just let this happen tomorrow. You've made a lot of money on this swing trade. I remember saying this distinctively yesterday. If you get an engulfing candlestick, yesterday I drew this while there was nothing here. Take profits going into the 25-day moving average. You took profits going into the 25-day, it pulled back down. Today, if you can get profits going through the 25 into the 50, take profits at that yellow line, exit your position at that yellow line and see what happens from there. Next. BP, please. Yeah, so this is the last baseball thing I'll say because not a lot of people care. Jake Robertson said, Barry Bonds is part of baseball history. How do you keep him out of the Hall of Fame? Jake, if you think about it, the all-time home runs leader, Barry Bonds, the all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, the all-time Cy Young leader, Roger Clemens, are not in the Hall of Fame. So the idea behind the Hall of Fame is to preserve baseball history, but you don't have the three major categories of baseball history in the Hall of Fame. So that is really good of what they're doing to the Baseball Hall of Fame. All right. There was another stock I just saw. What did I want to do? Shoot. Oh, BP. Thank you. BP. So BP, okay, BP got a really good jump today, really good pop today based on, I'm sure it's some kind of oil news. I know oil is at like $110 a barrel. So this is going to move up on you. Now, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, BP mentioned that they pulled their massive investment out of Russia. So the stock was impacted greatly. And of course, there was an overreaction, as usual, and the stock price jumped right back up today. I'm sure on some nonsense news about how they figured it out or whatever. So with BP, don't be fooled by this trajectory. Just let it calm down today. I wouldn't trade it. If you want to do anything, either swing trade it or day trade it. I would just follow it over here on this chart. I would just completely ignore it from a long-term perspective until all of that just kind of calms out. There really can't be. Simon, I'm being serious. There was literally no news today. Nicole texted me this morning and she goes, hey, do you have stuff to talk about this morning? And I was like, no, I don't. I have nothing to talk about this morning. So what happens when I don't have anything to talk about? You get baseball talk and you kind of fall asleep like you would at a baseball game. Okay. Wow. All right. So I remember buying JWN back in here. And I remember selling it. I think the number rings a bell at $37. And look at this. This thing jumped 26% overnight or something. I think this move is 26%. I know there's a way to pull up the percentage, but I don't have it. But anyways, it took a 26% jump just to get them to $24. Insane. But also, guys, look at this. This jump, look at that right there. Right up to the 100-day moving average. Uncanny. They beat on earnings per share, beat on revenue. Everything's looking good. So let's see. Let today happen. See where this thing ends up today. It could just pull all the way back down here. You don't know. It could just run all the way up here. You don't know. So let it happen today. Maybe, I hope what happens is it closes right here, right where it's at basically. And then tomorrow it breaks out and makes a move towards the 200-day moving average. And that's where we can go from there. So yeah, okay. What else do we have here? CLF. Okay. Wow. Flagpole. Okay, this is doing the same. This is doing exactly the same thing as. Look at this last flagpole. This last notable flagpole right here. And what did it do? It came all the way back down. This one had a W formation, but look, it came all the way back down. Guys, it's going to come back down. Take your profits. I'm telling you right now. Take your profits. You don't need to exit the position. Just take your profits. Keep the run going, but keep these profits in your pocket. Keep these profits in your pocket. Intel. We haven't done Intel in a hot minute. Intel. All right. Intel. Guys, smash the like button for me. That would be great. There's like barely anybody on today. 509 people. Sad. RIP morning show. All right, Intel. So from a long-term perspective, I really don't like trading Intel very long-term because it just moves so erratically all over the place, especially because they're really kind of the headline chip company nowadays with what they've been doing. So I don't think I would look from over here. I'd come over here. If this thing can break through the 50-day moving average like that and close above the 50, make a nice run up to the 50. I'm sorry. If this thing can break through the 25-day moving average, which is the purple line, and make a nice run towards the 50 and the 100, then I would go ahead and jump into that thing. Make sure you're getting good buying volume. That is exactly what, how long is a hot minute? A hot minute is like well, damn. I was trying to think of something very creative, but it's not firing right now. All right, Microsoft's sitting. Look at this, guys. I love when this happens. A stock drops well below the 200-day moving average, and then it has a big day where it kind of 200-day moving. It's kind of like a magnet, and it kind of pulls it right back up there. And right now, we're just sitting right on that 200-day moving average. It is hanging on for dear life. It won't let it go. It won't let it go. This is also a big stock. So when the plunger protection team goes in there and starts buying futures and just pumping the market just to keep it up, these big stocks like the FANGs, they're going to be sucked right into those 200 and 100-day moving averages, right into that vortex, and that's exactly what's happening. So let's see what happens today. If this thing can get some momentum and get some good volume in there, it hasn't touched average volume since basically February 1st, I guess, or whatever the first day of February was. And if you can just get some momentum, this thing can push back up. It's going to move. If the market moves, the FANG will certainly move. Okay. Square. We haven't looked at Square in a while. Look at Square in a while. Or Block, whatever you want to call it. All right. So they have just been, geez, oh man. Look at this. August 5th, intraday high of 289. And Square has rallied the past couple of days. Excuse me, it's at 120. It's going to open at $125. Everyone's like, oh, yay, it's back. Yeah, it might be back. Who knows? More likely than not, this gap is going to fill. It can't. Look at the volume here. They reported, let's see, what were their earnings? So their earnings were decent. I like to see their user growth. I'm very worried about Square in the sense of Apple iPhone being their own terminal. Because I don't think the iPads have NFC. I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyways, look at this. Look at the volume and look at the volume. Look at that decline in volume. So with that decline in volume, if that continues, plus you're getting so high on your daily stochastic, plus this is basically nothing down here, you are not going to be able to break through that 50-day moving average. You're going to come right back down and fill that gap. This actually might be a pretty good looking short. If somebody likes to short, maybe throw this on a watch list and see what goes on there. And see if you can make some money going short and filling that gap. Okay, Alibaba, I don't know why we do this every day. I tell you the same thing every day. I wouldn't trade Chinese stocks, but we'll do it again. I wouldn't look at it from over here. I would come over here, and if you want to swing it, you can, but better yet, I would go to a day trading chart and see if you can day trade this. The trends are just awful right now. I wouldn't even go short on this thing because I just don't have enough. There's not enough chart down there, not enough support to let me know what is going on. Mikey is in the chat. Mo, I think you need a better camera for this new computer. Please see when you arrive to the office. Thank you. Mikey, Go in my office and do not touch my camera, by the way. But look at the camera that I have. It's a Logitech. It's clipped right up on top of there. And buy that one. That is exactly what you need. All right. Fuel cell. Oh boy. I remember when we traded fuel cell, it was back in here and it was ranging around this $10 to $12 range. That was a bid and ask trade. Jeez. $6, and it got as low as what? $3.50? Unreal. Okay. So here's the deal. Good volume coming into fuel cell. When do they report? I thought I saw them that they were going to report earnings soon. March 15th. The Ides of March. Guys, to be honest with you, I wouldn't do anything from over here unless that trend can get in the sweet spot. But I think by the time this trend gets in the sweet spot, you're going to have to worry about. Mikey, I need that camera this morning though at 10 o'clock. So don't take it, please. You can have it later. What am I trying to say here? I got thrown off. Oh, I wouldn't trade it from this perspective because by the time this stochastic moves into the sweet spot, you're gonna be at earnings date. That's the problem. So I would just come over here, do it from a swing trading perspective, run it up to the 100, take profits there, and move on. Next, the Google. Guys, this is uncanny. It's literally doing the exact same thing that Microsoft did. Okay, remember this right here. I want you guys to remember this right here. Okay? Now watch this. Let's pull up Microsoft. Oops. Pay attention to that. I hope that Microsoft comes up in the same thing. Look at that. It's literally the exact same thing. Why don't we type in Apple and see what that is doing? Different. And what's Netflix, Google? Let's type in Amazon. I don't think Amazon will be doing it. Yeah, it's kind of the same shape, but it's not doing the same thing. So let's go back to Google and talk about it. So Google, it's hanging on for dear life to the 200-day moving average. It's the exact same thing. If you get, and you notice, here's your volume. You've barely touched average volume since February 1st, a little bit more, but look at this. If you can just get some good buying volume coming in and get some good momentum running to the top, you can make a charge towards that 100-day moving average. So that is that. Okay, one more stock, and then I got to get out of here because I got to drive to the office, and I have to jump on and do day trading. Lululemon. We have not done Lululemon in so long. Intraday high of $485.83, November 16th, and it is at $317 now. So that is disruption. I forgot I had a bell here, to be honest with you. Okay, so it's just sitting at a consolidation level. Just sitting at a consolidation level. That's it. It's gonna hang in here. Unless the market falls, it's going to drop somewhere in this 280 and below range, but it's mostly just going to hang in this 300 to 320 range, whatever this price is, 330, and that's all it's going to do. So keep following it. If you want to go long on it, just wait for it to break out above that 330 area and see if you can get some movement. So that's it for today, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow. Don't forget, bid and ask people. I am going to be doing some day trading in the next 45 minutes or so. Link is in the alerts channel of the Bid and Ask Nation, and I will see you tomorrow. Tell all your friends to come to the show tomorrow. I feel depressed that I only see 440 people on right here. What am I doing here? See ya.